guys, meet again with Qinima. When talking about mummies, it must be synonymous with corpses wrapped in cloth and originating from Egypt. The process of mummification using white linen has indeed been around since 3,500 years ago, since ancient Egypt. However, it turns out that the existence of mummies doesn't only come from Egypt. In several other countries, several mummies have been found that are even older than the mummies found in Egypt. The existence of a mummy could be one of the wonders of the world, because even though they are thousands of years old, their bodies are not destroyed, and some are even still flexible and have fresh blood. So doctors can still perform surgery on these thousands-of-year-old mummies. After collecting from various sources, Qinima presents the 5 most famous mummies in the world, and what the story behind them is. Otzi Iceman. In 1991, some climbers in the Alps found a body that had emerged from a chunk of ice. At first, the climbers thought they had found the bodies of recently deceased climbers, but they were shocked when they found out that the corpse was a mummy that was more than 5,000 years old. Otzi's mummy was found in a mountain pass 3,210 meters above sea level, high above the Tstal Valley in western Austria. Since its discovery, Otzi has provided scientists with many insights. The mummy was found in a state of clothing and equipment intact. The latest analysis says Otzi was killed by someone with an arrow in the hours before his death. Otzi is known to have been 45 years old when he was killed. His body was covered in 61 tattoos, and his stomach contained bits of wild goat, seeds and cured dried meat. According to research, Otzi didn't use any of his equipment when he was killed, because all of his equipment was found in each other's bags. Except for the dagger, which was found lying in the meltwater next to Otzi's mummified body. The man's mummy has revealed a lot about life in Copper Age Europe. Research shows that he was a native of Central Europe. Tallinn Man. The Tallinn Man mummy was found in a swamp in Denmark in 1940 and has a body that is still well preserved. Archaeologists revealed that Tallinn Man was thrown to the bottom of the swamp nearly 2,400 years ago. They also revealed that the Tallinn Man died by hanging. That's because when he was found, there was a woven rope made of animal skins that was still around his neck. His closed eyes and faint smile suggest that he may have been killed as a ritual sacrifice, not as a criminal execution. After being killed, Tallinn Man's body was laid in the fetal position, with his eyes and mouth closed. The suggestion that he may have been killed as a ritual sacrifice is confirmed by research into his last meal. Investigations revealed that the Tallinn Man's last meals were porridge and fish. Tallinn Man was estimated to have been between 30 and 40 years old when he died and stood 163 centimeters tall. When found, Tallinn Man was wearing a sheepskin hat and leather belt, and a rope of woven leather around his neck that was used to hang him. King Tutankhamun. The Egyptian king's tomb has many legends and curses, one of which is famous is the curse of King Tut. King Tut was one of the Egyptian pharaohs who ruled around 1330 BC. The 3,000-plus-year-old tomb was eventually discovered and exhumed in 1922. The opening of the tomb in 1922 became an international sensation because, unlike many royal tombs, it was not looted. The young pharaoh's mummy still lies in 3 coffins, including one made of solid gold. King Tut is thought to have died at the age of 19. Tut's mummy also revealed that the young pharaoh had malaria and a rare bone disorder of the feet, which is thought to have made it difficult for him to move. Reportedly, several people involved in the search for this tomb died shortly after digging and opening it. One of the main funders of the search for King Tut's tomb was the English aristocrat George Edward Stanhope. He became ill and died in 1923, about a year after the opening of King Tut's tomb. Even though his death was considered mysterious, which triggered the issue of the pharaoh's curse, George was reported to be unwell before arriving in Cairo. While some of the people involved in the binge eating were reported to have died, they died on average at age 73, which is normal like most humans. Not only the curse of King Tut, the tombs of other Egyptian nobles are also said to have a similar curse. The goal, among other things, is that the tomb is not looted. Chinchorro. Chinchorro humans are known for their cultural heritage, which is scattered in coastal areas in northern Chile and southern Peru, which have arid conditions. Nothing is more famous for the Chinchorro culture than mummies and how they were mummified. The archaeological site left by the Chinchorro culture was first discovered in 1917 and is the oldest mummy excavation in the world. The oldest Chinchorro mummies date from 7000 to 1500 BC, which were found in the Quebrada de Camarines area. Those from the culture rely on fishing, hunting, and food gathering to survive. This can be seen from the findings of kitchen remnants, which indicate that the Chinchorro people are seafood eaters, such as marine mammals, seabirds, and fish. According to Archaeology magazine, this mummy was prepared as carefully as royalty in ancient Egypt. Their organs were harvested and their muscles stripped from the bones. The bodies were then reassembled with reeds, plants, and clay to replace the removed innards. After that, the skin is painted black or red. Xinjui. Even though she has a face that looks swollen and disfigured, her skin is still soft to the touch. Mummies also don't experience stiff, hard and rough conditions like other mummies. Apart from being able to bend her arms and legs, her internal organs were intact and even had blood in her veins. Xinjui or Lady Di's mummy is still very durable, so even doctors can still perform an autopsy on the body, even though it is 2100 years old after her death. Lady Di's autopsy is the most complete medical profile ever compiled on an ancient individual. Even doctors were able to determine the type A blood type of the mummy, reconstructing her death and even her life. Lady Di is thought to have been a wealthy person in her time. That's because they found hundreds of silk dresses, skirts, tiny gloves, silk bags filled with various spices, flowers, cosmetic boxes, hundreds of lacquerware items, musical instruments, prepared foods, and thousands of other items. For this luxurious life, Lady Di is estimated to have difficulty walking in her lifetime due to her sedentary lifestyle. Apart from that, she also suffers from clogged arteries, heart disease, osteoporosis, and gallstones. Lady Di's tomb was discovered in 1971 at an archaeological site called Muangjui, near the city of Changsha in China. She was found wrapped in 20 layers of silk and laid in a series of 4 nested coffins of decreasing size. This watertight and airtight chamber effectively kills any bacteria that may be present inside and helps preserve the body. Exactly how Lady Di's body resisted decay is a mystery, as many bodies were buried in airtight and watertight environments that failed to preserve. Lady Di's body is now in the Hunan Provincial Museum, where she can still be visited. So, guys, those are the 5 most famous mummies, according to Qinima. Please add the mummies you have that are no less famous than the 5 mummies we mentioned. Write your mummy in the comments column along with an explanation, and don't forget to like the video if you like it or dislike it if you don't like it. Thanks for watching and see you in another video.